Okay, so now we're going to learn how to do a professional layout, something that you would use to turn in the work. Okay, now we've got a really pretty map, and we want to go ahead and save our edits, stop editing, and kind of zoom to the full layer. And then remember this little button down here, we want to go to the layout view. And look at that, it's a really pretty impressive layout that we've got. Already almost all the pieces are there. It's really looking quite nice. So now what we want to do is start to edit the features like the map title. So you just double click on it and just type in whatever needs to go in there. In these areas you will want to, each one of these is just a text box, so you can change the font size, the other aspects of it, and if you make an error you just say okay. If it's too big you can change the length, you can insert a new line, just push enter. So use this to make the map look good and have the right title. Okay, so now that we've got that, we can see good part of the explanation for our lines and other features that we're using. And it only puts what we've used. And so for the map explanation, it has all the features that are, all the entries that we have in the map. Now, in my map, I don't have everything, but when you're done, you'll have them all. And so it'll be in the right order and everything. And so the map explanation says what to do as far as updating the explanation, because we want to type the right text. Okay, so we want to right click on properties, go to Symbology, and then we right click on the color there and edit description, and this is what you change for each of those things. So type in this case, QG's Quaternary Alluvium, and just type it in. You could type as more if you want to. One thing I like to do is copy commonly used words like quaternary, since I know I'm going to use it again in the next one. See how that nicely showed Quaternary Alluvium. So right click, paste in Quaternary, and now this one says alluvium. Sorry, the last one says colluvium. Push apply and it nicely puts it into the explanation. So I'm going to go through all of these. Now you see, for example, we don't have escabrosa yet, but that's the two that color there. And so I'll just go ahead and type it in, Mississippian escabrosa. So I'm going to go through all of the units, and you will as well. And when they appear, you'll they'll be all ready to go on the explanation. Now here we're coming to the Apache group, so we're going to write late Proterozoic Apache group :space and then each of the different ones. So this is the Apache basalt, and because for consistency we'll want to write it basically the same way every time. So what I suggest doing is copying this, so Control C on my keyboard, and then when we go through each of the subsequent ones you can just paste that in. So the next one's going to be the Mescal. I'll just paste and then I just type Mescal limestone. Alright, so now we've got a really pretty and appropriate map explanation. You could put more information in. On a professional map there would be more of the basic rock description there. So now let's turn to how to get this out of the computer. So you can just print it, and you may want to do this if you have a printer. You can print it and check it. Also, what you may want to do for the cross section you'll see in the next tutorial. If you have a printer that's connected, you can go to it. But also what I want you to do is export. And so you just export the map, and you're going to put it somewhere where you can find it. Like I'll put it on the desktop. I'll change it. You could change it. You could export as other formats, but I think you should export as a PDF, and then change the resolution to 300 because 600 is too detailed. And then change the name to something a little bit more meaningful. So put your name there at least. So I'm going to type in Aerosmith, and then I'll say version 1 because I'll probably have to do this multiple times. And so it puts it out. And if I go out of Arc to the desktop, if I can find it, and if I double click, I can see it inside of my PDF viewer, and it looks great. And so this is what you would turn in. You would just email it to me when it's all done, and that's the map. So that should be simple, and hopefully you feel good about all the hard work and you have such a nice map and everything laid out.